Hello friends, it's Cassandra, and today I'm going to be talking about embarrassing / awkward moments I've encountered so far at college, but I only have time to tell you 3. So these are my top 3 embarrassing moments so far. Well, I feel like embarrassing isn't necessary, like it doesn't fit every story, but embarrassing / awkward stories. So the first one is one like everyone makes this mistake, okay? It actually happened today, so here we are. So I'd come back from class and I put my keys on my chair and I said to myself,
if I put my keys there, I'm going to forget them.
And then I said,
no, because now that I've thought that, I'll remember them.
And obviously, 30 minutes later I leave the room, close the door, hear it latch, and then I realize
I left my keys in the room.
So I texted Kristen and I was like, hey, don't have my keys. Can you let me in after class? And class was over and then she was in class, and so then I couldn't get in my room and I had to wait for another hour, and that would have been fine. I had homework to do, but I was like falling asleep while I was doing it, and I was in public-ish, kind of, and I was in public. I was in like the study room for our hall, and there was another person in there. So I felt like I couldn't just sleep. Like, hi, I came to the study room to take a nap, like, you know, and you don't want to explain, like, I'm stupid, and I was just gonna go to my suite mates and be like, hey, I walk through your room, through the bathroom, so I can get in my room, but they weren't there, so, yeah. So, anyway, when Kristen finished her class, then she came and let me in our room. Yeah. Anyway, it wasn't fun. Lesson learned. If you think you're gonna forget your keys, make sure you don't. My second awkward encounter story was the theater guild. So the whole theater guild went to go see a movie together, and it happened to be a scary movie, which I can handle now. Like I can watch them now finally, and the thing was have I talked about this before? I have a condition. It's called vasovagal syncope. It makes me pass out when I'm emotionally distressed. And so for me, it's a pain-based thing, and then after that it's for the most part an audible type of pain. So it's not necessarily like, oh, this guy got stabbed. It's like the guy screamed because he got stabbed, and that's what's gonna make me pass out. But anyway, that's a long explanation that I actually didn't realize fully until this night, and so I couldn't explain it. He's like, oh, this is maybe not so good for you, and I was like, well,
Alrighty then. I don't know. I'll just try, and if it's too bad, I'll leave. No worries.
Well, then Bailey, kind-hearted soul, feels like he needs to announce it to everyone. So he's like, hey guys, I don't know if we should read it. This may not be a good choice for tonight. Cassie's got this thing. And I'm like, okay, it's my condition. If we're gonna talk about it, I'm gonna talk about it. Okay? So then I'm telling them what I just said about how I passed out and stuff, and they're all like, wow, that's weird. Sounds fake, but okay. And anyway, it was fine, because I always look up movies that may cause me to pass out. I literally look them up and I read the like play-by-play of the things that happen, so I'm ready for them. And so I was fine. I just didn't look, and I covered my ears for some parts. But like, it was fine. But it was really funny because during like every intense scene, different people would be like, is Cassie okay?
Is Cassie still conscious?
Cassie, are you okay? And just like things like that. It was really funny. Yeah, so like that wasn't like embarrassing. It was just like awkward at first, and then it was like hilarious. So I don't know if that fits in. I feel like it's a good story, so I thought I would just throw it in. My last story for you is very Well, I'm like not embarrassed now. I'm like, it's just something that happened. But in the moment, I wanted to die in a hole, basically. So in all of the dorm rooms here, we have side doors that go right into like the dorm area, and then there's main doors where the lobby is, and so you have to go through the lobby to get to the rooms. And so the side doors, they lock after 7 p.m. for like safety and stuff, and they alarm them. So if you're outside trying to get in, like nothing happens, you just can't get in. But if you're inside and you go out after the door is alarmed, then it will cause an alarm to go off. And you're like, wow, that's rough. Like, what if you don't realize what time it is? Well, they have these huge signs, and they're bright red signs, and in huge, like 124-point font or something. I don't know. It's like,
stop! This door is alarmed. Don't exit.
Okay. So, like, you're gonna notice it. Well, I think you know where the story is going. Kristen and I were going somewhere after 7 p.m. and we go down the stairs, and she was behind me, and so I was like looking, I was doing that thing where you like look back as you walk, and you know the door's there, so you just go. And I have a brain that doesn't really process signs that well anyway, so it just like the combination of like my brain not reading stuff and not looking directly at the door, I didn't realize it. Kristen didn't realize it either. She's behind me. She's just following me, right? And so I push the door open, and the most obnoxious alarm I've probably ever heard in my entire life goes off, and it was so stinking loud. It was so loud. And we literally just stood there.
Oh no. What did we just do? What did I just do?
And so we do the walk of shame down to the lobby, and I was like,
hi,
and the RA on duty bolts, and she was very mad. She was, I mean, understandably so, but she was very upset with me, and it was like, can't you see the sign? It says stop. And I was like,
I know it says stop. I'm sorry.
I didn't freaking walk through it on purpose. I wasn't like, let's see. Like, it was just, I'm sorry. It was the first week I was here. I'm not used to alarms yelling at me when I try to leave them. And it was early still too. It was like 7:30, okay? In my opinion, we should lock the doors at like 9 or 10 or something. Not 7. That's too early, fam. But whatever. Anyway, yeah, and then like I went back, and there was like a crowd of like the RAs in the lobby, and they were just like, you could get a fine for that. And I was like, no, actually I didn't. I'm glad you told us about that before. But it was still like Grace Week, so I didn't get a fine, thankfully. But yeah, it was awful. It haunted me for a very long time. It really did. Like a week and a half. I was like scared. I was scared to use those doors the next couple of days. Like every time I went out, I like held my breath, and I was like, please God have mercy on me. And yeah. But the good news is I will probably never make that mistake again. So we got that going for me. Hopefully. I don't know. That being said, if you liked this video, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, embrace the awkward life, and I will see you next week. Bye.